We're back. We're back once more for some downtime, for some trying to figure out enough that we can go after Scorpio.
Yeah,
New
so
Scorpio.
something that occurs to me is that so if we do another mission, right, coming up, we're guaranteed to get at least one more progress on the Darkness That Hunts Us track. As soon as this fills up, the crew is forced to run a Strike at the Heart of Darkness mission with a failed engagement, which is to say the darkness comes and finds you and tries to mess up your shit.
Yeah.
Um so if you can head it off and do that mission first, it will reset this clock, this track, and you'll be back at zero. I mean, either way, if it comes and finds you and you survive, then like great, you reset it to zero as well. But you can get ahead of the game if y'all are able to gather your business together and make one of those missions happen.
Gather your business together.
It'll just require doing some investigating, so you can actually run it. Because I think if you're not at tier 2, probably don't want to let you run that mission. But also that maybe some of these projects that y'all are close to completing would pay out some
I
investigation
mean, I'm about to
progress.
burn some Return Scorpio's power research, is all I have to say.
Yeah, so I feel like these clocks can add some investigation progress, if y'all complete these projects, and we can kind of do it that way. Or will like put us in a place within the fiction where it makes sense for us to be able to do that more difficult mission.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can gamble some downtime actions.
And you can always gamble, right? Like you're very likely to not accrue additional badness at this stage. Let me just double check because yeah, when you take one additional downtime, roll dice equal to the current tier of the Darkness Hunts track. So you would roll in 3 dice, and on a 6, the clock does not advance. So, I mean, pretty good odds that the clock will advance, but you could try risking it if you want. If you goof, we're just going to go directly to it coming and finding you and messing you up. You'll have stuck your nose in it. Right.
Surprise!
But, you know, just laying out all the options for you guys going into this downtime phase, which is a significant one in terms of its position mechanically.
Yeah.
I am going to long-term project the shit out of Return Scorpio's power.
Great. What does that look like?
So, I, of course, need to tell Scorpio that we've found out where new Scorpio is hiding. And inform my whom I don't know is still like very in bed with the darkness, problematic ex of all of our plans, basically.
Great. Excellent.
That's my plan.
Yeah, allow me to offer a devil's bargain.
Feel free.
A
dark bargain.
Sorry, yes. I mean, Scorpio's kind of the devil.
It's true.
I feel like this
devil
one...
I want to make out with. I mean, what?
I feel like this one will give you effect rather than an extra die.
Okay.
I mean, no, it has to give you an extra die. But this dark bargain that I will offer is that, yeah, you can tell what you believe to be your friend Scorpio about all of your plans, and we'll just start a clock for him getting revenge against you and all the others like you who have derailed his like good thing that he had going on here.
Yeah, of course. That sounds perfectly reasonable. Let's do that.
Okay. It's going to be a 6 count. It'll start with 1.
Cool.
Just call it Scorpio's Revenge.
Sounds like a book title.
It sounds like, so you know how in The Simpsons Homer accidentally goes and works for a
Yeah.
Bond villain named Scorpio. It sounds like, yeah, it's the like straight to DVD sequel to
Corvus
whatever
would kill
Bond
some
movie
people.
that was.
All right.
Um,
So I am gonna go and find Scorpio and tell him of all the things.
yeah, yeah, that's great. You just
I
feed
mean,
feed that fire.
I know where to find him. I go to the club the rich fancy club where Ben hangs out. Um,
Yeah,
so,
and I think you like catch him outside, like as he's deploying his umbrella
and
in the rain.
I like walk up beside him and I do one of these like, psst. So we figured out where Scorpio is. I mean Tyler.
Yeah, he kind of like scowls at you, and there's the sound of like the rain drumming on his umbrella, and you have to be you're both like kind of
Yeah,
squeezed
like
under
right
it.
next to. I'm like pressed against him basically.
Yeah, like he doesn't immediately like extend the umbrella to cover you, but when you awkwardly push up against him, he like puts it
Yeah.
over, you know? So what? What do I care? I'm taking care of it myself, since you can't be trusted to do it.
I'm I'm working as fast as I can. I mean, we went to the place where Raven was, and we beat up all those henchmen, and then they told us where Tyler was, and we're gonna go and deal with him like soon.
It's the Society of the whatever, and he lists its like full bullshit name. Uh, is mine. That's one of my projects, Corvus.
I didn't realize you were still working on projects.
Like I said, I've taken it into my own hands. Now, if you don't mind, it's cold out, and he like goes to leave.
But then, and I like grab him by the wrist and like
Yeah, you
sort
do
of
the shitty
hold
like,
him a little bit. Yeah, like, but then, but then who's helping you? I mean, you can't control the darkness by yourself. Not now, not anymore.
it's like, what do you know about it? You turned your back on us. You think I don't have other ways? You think I'm just gonna let you swoop in and try to save me? That's not how I operate. It's not how I do things. I'm independent.
I always independent. I always thought we worked well together.
We did work well together. Past tense, my dear. Never mind that it happens in the future. And he like chuckles to himself.
But I found out where to go. I found out what to do to get this Tyler person out of the way so that you can be properly Scorpio, properly yourself again.
Yeah, and he was like about to leave, and you had been like, you're like in the rain again, and then he like turns back and extends the umbrella to you, and he's like, you have my attention.
We're going to go to where Tyler's hiding and his family's manor, and we are going to ambush him and take him captive. And then I was thinking maybe if the lab, there's some remnants of the lab still working, maybe we could use that and like reverse the process. I don't really, you're the one who knows that kind of stuff, but I can get I can get Tyler for you.
If you can get him and have him under control, I can do the rest. As I said, I've been making preparations. And it's not ominous at all when he says that.
And Corvus just nods, like Amy just nods and like um smiles like, yeah, of course, you know, like he always takes care of it once the planning stage and the action stage are over, you know, like
That's when he shines. Once all the work's been done,
yeah,
that's when Scorpio steps in.
yeah, but he does it really well, you know. um it's one of these things where like she's weirdly different when Scorpio's involved, you know, like when Ben's involved, like she's all about being dramatic and like aggressive and in people's faces, and then when he's there it's like, oh yeah, of course, no, I'll definitely help, kind of.
Yeah, it's like there's some old pattern that she
Yeah,
slips
exactly.
into. Yeah.
um And so I guess this is express.
It
Um,
kind of sounds like confess, actually.
actually,
Like
yeah, you're right.
you're
You're
just
right.
spilling the beans to him.
It's definitely confess.
You're
I
not
tell
even
you,
really asking for anything. You're just like,
Yeah.
oh, I did this thing.
I did this thing. Love me.
Yeah,
Oh, so sad.
It's true.
I only want you and you don't want me.
It's true. 4.
Did you roll your extra die for the dark bargain?
I did not, but it would have been a 5. So, because I had to roll 0
The
dice.
higher result of
So,
those two?
yeah,
Okay.
it could have only
Okay.
been a 5.
And he like nods along as you like tell him all this stuff, these ideas that you have. And he like, I don't think he touches you. I was gonna be like he puts a hand on your shoulder, but no. He just kind of like fixes you with a look and says, "Well, do this for me. We'll consider the score settled between us. It'll take more than that to get back in my good graces, mind you, but." And he like shrugs and walks off.
And like, I realize I'm not gonna get anything more out of him, and let him go at that point. Um, and I'm off to do my second downtime action, but that'll come after what the other two are up to.
Cool.
Great.
I want to make a social link with Gemini.
Cute. Do it.
Neat. Which one?
Whichever one's in the training room.
Tegan, actually.
Squaring off against Libra's hologram, or
I think they're squaring off against Scorpio's hologram, actually.
Yeah, and it's
Whichever
like
version-
it's the wrong Scorpio. It's like the Ben Scorpio,
Yeah.
the previous one, but they fight kind of similarly.
yeah.
What's the Scorpio weapon?
I walk in. I just watch them for a moment. I watch Tegan, and I just say, "He always slides left when you strike at his face."
What's the Scorpio weapon? I have to know. How's he fight? How does he fight?
I
With a massive scorpion tail.
Yeah.
We described this previously.
Oh yeah.
No, didn't he have
No, he didn't.
hand weapons as well?
Yeah, he had like the chitinous like pseudo claw hand
yeah.
things, and then a giant stabby tail.
Oh yeah, I remember. Okay.
Fights with the booty.
Yeah, I think like Tegan takes your advice and manages to get like a very pitiful blow because yeah, both of them aren't here. He's not a good fighter without the other half.
Good luck getting him to let you do that. How are you?
I think he keeps training quietly. Like there's a pause and he almost turns to face you,
Mm-hmm.
but he's just like he kind of scoffs and keeps at it.
How are you? How are you fighting? Like, what are you?
Not well. Like
I mean, like how? Like, what are you using? Or
so Tegan without Giselle around,
yeah.
he wears robes and he uses a small-ish a small hammer essentially.
Okay. I think at some point, like you're going to swing at Scorpio, and then like Transcended Aquila is basically like comes through the hologram and puts her bow up against your hammer.
All right. You have my attention if you're going to interrupt me like this. I imagine like the hologram actually like dissipates and the room returns to like its normal scene.
What do you fight for?
Really to prevent what's about to happen. From your stories, it's almost hopeless. I'm starting to see why.
Everything always happens. There's no reason to give up hope.
No, but where's there any hope when no one works together? Where is hope when you're left to yourselves? Where you don't care about other people, where you go off and do your own thing.
But what about the power of friendship?
Yeah.
I went into a black hole to save my friend. I watched another one of my friends die because I was trying to save people. Because I was trying to tell them that they didn't have to give in to this, because they could be more than what they were told. I know what it's like to be there for people, Gemini. And I know what it is to lose.
Not Gemini.
Yes, you are.
I am part of one whole. Without Giselle, I'm not Gemini.
Then why are you so far apart from her?
Because I need to train just as she needs to. And unfortunately, we don't train the same way. Our bonds are far closer than that. We can spend time apart.
The two of you have always been a handful. All of you have always been a handful. I'm sorry I haven't done more for any of you. And I like gesture at like everybody in the room.
Yeah, and they all the
Like
different
all-
like images of all the knights, yeah, like appear,
Yeah.
just like.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to try and set things right. I need you there.
Well, as long as you stand beside us, not ahead, not behind, beside. Then we can change the future. But we can't change anything if we're fractured like this. The darkness will seep in and break apart everything. It's like a dam, and the darkness is the cracks.
I put out my hand. I'll be there.
As long as you promise. And I think he shakes as well.
Yeah. I think I'm going to just roll confess, I think is what I'm angling for.
Okay.
Does that sound appropriate here?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
To everybody? Sure. Is this something you like?
This is definitely something that Tegan likes.
Okay. All right. Well,
Well, apparently not that
I ain't
much.
good at words and shit.
That's how you know Sean's rolling. Crit threes.
It'd be great with a D3. All right.
Listen, if 3 was the successful roll, Sean would be the best at this game in the universe.
Just you wait until I get white dice and burning wheel.
Yeah.
All right. That's me for now.
So that was a lovely scene.
I believe that makes it Gemini's downtime.
All right. See, I'm going to do this in a really convoluted way, but it's to start up another long-term project. Even though that we might not make it.
Mhm.
I don't know that that's the smartest course of action. Finishing some clocks would be good if we could.
What clocks is
I mean, I'm gonna
Gemini part of?
I'm. You don't have to be part of something to work on it necessarily.
Yeah, you can help out with any of these.
Yeah.
Any of them that are projects, like the Redeem Tyler Scorpio thing and the Hunger of Charybdis are not.
Yeah, can I reduce that or start?
You can't feed people to the black hole for me.
No.
So these ones down to the bottom are like people's personal clocks.
Okay.
But discover the Tyler/Scorpio's weakness or return Scorpio's power are both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think
So
during
you can help either Corvus or Aquila with their long-term projects.
I kind of just want to make sure everyone has crap going on. Like, you're wounded pretty severely, Violet?
No, I only have one harm.
Yeah, isn't it level 2 though?
No, because I used armor. I used armor for the physical, and then I resisted down to one harm. The shame.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I too only have one harm, so
I'm okay.
And the shame is only going to impact you when you're trying to
Be prideful.
proud. And what's the Aquila level 1 harm?
I have the hunger.
Right.
So like
hunger,
a lot.
Hunger pains still. Yeah.
The munchies.
Cool. I think I'm going to go social link with Corvus, actually.
Okie dokie. How you doing that?
Typical Giselle format. So Tegan and Aquila are having their conversation, I think Giselle finds you shortly after your encounter with old Scorpio.
Yeah. I would be in Corvus attire.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're looking for Corvus specifically, because you don't know.
No, I don't know Amy yet. I
imagine it's raining.
Yeah, and
and
Giselle is able to see wherever you are as Corvus. So I imagine like you're doing like the pan over the campus, perched up like a gargoyle.
I'm sitting on top of one of the buildings nearby, one of the the faculty building or something, like on the roof, with this big like laminated map of the city open in my lap while I'm sitting on like the edge of the building, like looking for like where I'm going.
Yeah.
And there's like raindrops like pinging off it. I got my hood up like wet feathers all down my back and shoulders, and just reading the map, not paying attention to what's happening around me.
Yeah, and I imagine like Giselle has a umbrella with her, and she's just like, "Could we talk for a moment of your time?"
Huh? What? Sure. Yeah. She says, like, still looking at the map, like, it's taking up most of the space.
That moment being sooner rather than later, Corvus.
Yeah. Like, folds it again, folds it again, folds it again, like, tucks it into a pocket somewhere, like a little satchel. And then stands up on the like ledge of the building. And are you like down below or?
Yeah, no, she's down below.
Okay. Yeah,
There's
I like hop onto a balcony and then hop down to the ground floor like in like a series of smaller jumps.
yeah.
Um and land in front of you and there's this like of like wet
Mm.
feather cloak, like in the rain.
Yeah,
Um
and I imagine like Giselle just points over to a nearby alleyway. She's like, that's probably more your speed if I'm
yeah, I mean, we could talk here, but people might notice.
yeah, not exactly the best idea.
Come on then. And then we take a little bit of
Like
privacy in a,
and like
alcove
Gemini
somewhere.
like extends the umbrella over
Mm-hmm.
to keep the rain off. And she just stops and goes, "So I understand, or at least I think I understand why you don't trust us. Well, maybe me specifically. I want to understand why you
What do you mean? I don't trust you.
like fusing at all.
Yeah, I like my head to remain in my head and your head to remain in your head, and like we can talk, but I don't want those two things to be the same. I don't want you to know everything I know. I don't want to know everything you know. It's weird.
Besides the last instance back there, that doesn't happen. I
I've known
understand that
people with powers like yours do things like that before.
I'm not as invasive. Well, we're not as invasive. We don't necessarily want to take anything from you. We want to
Yeah,
help you.
see, these are the words that concern me. Words like necessarily or want to. I just don't want stuff to happen. So I don't like getting mixed up in that. I'm happy to help. I mean, I'm there to help, but I'm not gonna do that fusing thing.
Look, we're just trying to figure out a way to work together. If you truly don't like our idea of help, then I suppose I can not offer it anymore. But you become far stronger when all three of us work together in that state. We'll stay out of your head, and I assume that you would stay out of ours.
I don't I don't want to get in your head. But what I will tell you, she says, like flicking her hood a little bit, and like the water like running off.
Yeah.
Like getting it out of the like various folds. What I will tell you is that I haven't always been a good person.
Oh, we know.
Oh, yeah, I guess you were there at the bank
Yeah.
one time. I haven't always been a good person, and I don't want to share everything that I am and that I have with anybody. Really, it's better that I work on new things. So, excuse me if I'm still reluctant. Basically,
That's fair. And I mean, how about this?
I mean you've got
How about you, if you ever feel comfortable, you let us know.
sure, and I mean you've got teammates like Aquila and the other knights that are around.
Yes, Aquila who
She's useful.
disappears, and you who disappears, and the other knights who are slowly, one by one, dying or falling to darkness.
Yeah, it's a tough gig.
But I do see the light in you. I do see the good. It just needs to be.
Oh, I see it too. It just has nothing to do with fusing with you or not. I just don't want. I just don't want to be one being that isn't Corvus. You know,
It's
I'm
about
Corvus, and
trust.
Corvus is me, and no one else.
It's about trust. And when you open yourself up to other people, you create those bonds with them, those moments, and that understanding that, well, that you can be there for
Yep.
them and that they'll be there for you.
Mm,
But again, I'm not going to force this on you.
well, I got
You let me, or rather us, know when you're ready for such a thing.
I'll keep it in mind. But right now, I got a place to be. I gotta go.
You do you. And she like turns around as and walks out into the courtyard again.
Corvus
And
takes another quick look at that map in the alley and then heads off somewhere.
and I imagine that this is an empathy roll or express.
Sounds like Express. You're trying to get
Yeah.
me to do something by words.
Yep. And I assume that you don't enjoy it.
No.
Okay.
I don't enjoy you trying to manipulate me into my brain.
I don't like
mean-
talking about
brains.
feelings.
So one.
Brutal.
Okay, so we get one social link then.
You get one
Yeah,
social
I get
link,
a
yeah.
social link with you. Cool.
Awesome. Your
So
move.
my second downtime is to go to Tyler's estate.
Yeah, you're
I am gonna
scope the place out.
I'm gonna stake it out. I'm gonna perch like a gargoyle somewhere and watch for like a day. See who comes and goes.
Great.
That's my plan. This is in service to getting Scorpio back their power.
Cool. Yeah. What action are you rolling?
Conceal.
Cool. You're just like being
Because
sneaky.
I'm just gonna hide in the shadows and see if anything shows itself.
All right, Edgelord McGee.
I will be edgelordy all over this place. 4. It's not enough. It's not enough.
If y'all could just agree on which clock to pursue
know.
and compile your efforts, you could accomplish a great deal. But
Nope.
so,
That's my role.
yeah. So you spend time like observing, perched on the roof, and like the house is like you expect it to be quieter, but there's lots of hustle and bustle. There's lots of people coming and going,
Oh.
and it seems like Tyler's family is still living here, and so there's like Tyler's parents and siblings and their host of servants all kind of going about their daily lives, and you never see Tyler. There's just this like whole wing of the manor that no one ever goes into, is what you notice, that despite it being a lively and busy place,
Okay.
there's an entire portion of the manor house that no one goes into. And that is always dark and brooding and ominous.
I like dark, brooding, and ominous spaces.
It's your jam.
They're very
Yeah.
familiar. Cool. All right.
Hey, Aquila.
Hey.
Hey.
What you gonna do?
Corvus will have informed you of her plans, by the way. The whole, like, I'm gonna figure out how to get Scorpio's power back, and then, like...
She's been really
disappeared.
vocal about it this whole time,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very much been one of those things where it's like, hi, I'm gonna go help Scorpio. Bye. Like,
I'm gonna go help my shitty ex-boyfriend.
Healing would be nice.
I think I'm gonna social link with Corvus.
Okay.
Yeah, dooming everyone to be ill
Yeah.
prepared. Great.
Yep, that's what I do.
Okay. Sure. So social link away. What are we doing? Where do you find me? And which do you find me?
Are you in the yeah, I think I find you in the library.
I mean, you can find Amy easily enough, though she
Yeah.
believes that everyone thinks she's invisible.
I think Amy is currently like getting yelled at by what is your boss's
Agnes.
name?
Agnes.
Yeah, so like Amy is currently in the middle of getting yelled at by Agnes,
Oh.
and like all of a sudden Agnes just stops. Amy.
Oh, Connor. Hi. I thought maybe I was being attacked by the forces of darkness, but no, just you.
Well.
Not nearly as hot as the forces of darkness.
Yeah. Why? Why are you fighting with us?
I mean, mostly it's because, well, you just gotta look at some things objectively, right? And, you know, there's a lot to be said for the future that you're working for, rather than the future that we're from. It's not a nice place. Not compared to here, not compared to now, even.
No. There's a lot of problems here, too.
People are
But-
freer here. Able to survive on their own, at least a little.
Maybe. I've got something for you.
Something for me?
Yeah. And I pull out like a little. I don't know, it's like a little folder. It's like basically it's a train ticket.
Okay.
But it's like in a little folder, and I pass it your way, and I say, I don't know what's going to happen soon.
Yeah, hold on. Are you like telling me to get out of here? Is that what this is?
If we make it through this,
I don't think you understand that I'm strong and I'm tough and I know more about the darkness than any of you. So if anybody's gonna be here fighting the darkness, it's gonna be me.
I don't doubt that you'll fight. And like I step forward, and I put my hand on yours, and I say, I was already too late to save you once. I don't want to be too late again.
Wait, what? What do you mean too late to save me once?
I came here to stop all this from happening. You should have had a normal life. You shouldn't have been wrapped up in all of this. But I misjudged. We were enemies for a while.
How is that possible? I haven't even been here that long. I was back in the future with Scorpio and Capricorn and
Oh, great, crud. I forgot. Oh, hold on. That's kind of important. Yeah, maybe we rewind.
Let's
that.
rewind. Let's rewind.
Yeah, let's rewind
'cause
that. Okay, oops.
You could have been too late to save her in the dark future, and that you're now trying to redeem her here.
Yeah, that's what I took it to mean.
Okay, yeah.
Because that was my read. Because I was keeping in mind that you both have come back
Right.
here, right?
Oh yeah, we both came back. Yeah. And,
I just don't have time traveler powers like you.
Why did you decide to follow it in the first place?
Decide to follow it?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with how the constellation Corvus ended up with powers in the first place? We're not exactly a major constellation. Not even a minor constellation, really. But, you know, Capricorn takes interest, and then Charybdis's power is siphoned into, you know, furthering dark stars, and then you have
What about
dark
Scorpio?
constellation Corvus. And I was just the right vessel for that power. Scorpio is my friend.
Is Scorpio anyone's friend, Corvus?
Been mine for a lot of years. Back in the future, we worked really well together. Even more than worked together for a lot of time.
And do you think you can save him?
I think if anybody can save Scorpio, it's me. And if Scorpio wants to be saved, more the better.
I'm going to kill Tyler.
That was unexpected.
I don't know what else to do.
I'm not saying it's the wrong choice. I've killed Zodiac Knights before. Power goes away. But I need to give it back to Scorpio. So we need some way to contain it or transfer it or something.
If you give it back to him, are we just going to be back where we are?
There has to be a natural order to these things. Scorpio had the power. He didn't die, and it went to someone else. Things are messed up right now.
If you make it through this, if you both make it through this, get out of this town. All right?
I think you're forgetting that I will always be close enough to help you. Unless you're getting out of town, I'm not going anywhere. So you better have another one of these tickets for you. Otherwise you wasted your money.
Alright. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna roll confess.
Do it.
Do you like this or no? Probably not, it feels like.
No, I don't think I do.
Okay. Alright, 1.
Yay!
Well. Hey, we need social links to get through what's coming up. So.
What we really needed was finished clocks, but you know, whatever.
Well, don't count that out yet. I
guess you've still got actions, yeah.
Yeah, Gemini.
Do it.
But which clock?
I don't know. Pick one.
Well, hey, let's not insist on any false binaries here. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, but I want to help. So I still think Gemini as a whole is still on par with returning Scorpio's power to him, despite him not being a friend anymore. But that's nothing.
You don't really know that. I mean,
no,
neither do
absolutely.
I, right?
So,
And I mean, these two aren't mutually exclusive either, right?
No.
Like knowing Tyler's weakness could help you return Scorpio's power.
oh yeah, absolutely. Actually, I think returning Scorpio's power is more important. And I think the way that Giselle starts doing it is that she starts diving into books and tomes and like buries herself in the library, looking up all sorts of mythology and lore and legends that this world possesses. And yeah, we're gonna do that. And I finished it. Giselle put all the pieces together.
Nice.
Dun,
Using
dun,
the power of books.
Yep.
I like books.
I'm sorry, to be clear, that was this one?
No, it was Return Scorpio's
Oh,
power.
I see. Sorry.
Unless
Return.
it makes more sense that it's Discover the Weakness. I almost want to put that up to the GM. Like, what solution is found?
It's your choice.
Oh, I know, but I also like to...
I think it's both are equally viable, right? Like in the case of Return Scorpio's power, it's about working with the original Scorpio to like capture and then perform some weird, pseudo
ritual.
Victorian science arcane ritual thing that will drain him and give it back to the Ben Scorpio. And so, yeah, I think that's appropriate to research in a book, because it would be some ancient, weird thing, some obscure thing that you would find to help out with that. And like, I picture some of the like cult people like snooping on you as you're doing this research in the library and like going back and reporting to Scorpio.
I'm going to roll a D3 and I'm going to leave it up to chance who I tell first, whether it's Aquila or Corvus. And then we'll see where that
Do it.
is. So in that order, 1, 2, 3, Ben, Aquila, Corvus. She goes and tells Corvus.
Yeah, her new best bud, Corvus.
And I think the way that this scene plays out is she catches you. Like, where would she find you currently?
I mean, I was staking out the residence for a whole day, so probably coming back from that.
Yeah, and
you could just like wait on some rooftop somewhere.
Yeah, like you're waiting on a rooftop and Giselle sits beside you and hands you this giant binder of notes.
Corvus is sitting there in the dark, in the moonlit night, eating a peanut butter sandwich. Because
she's on break.
Everybody needs a snack sometimes, and you caught her on break. Yeah, you're just sitting there like, and then you just sit down next to her, and she goes like tucks it away as if like she doesn't want to be that person who's like, I'm mysterious. I don't eat.
I don't eat sandwiches. Ever. I just don't eat food. No one's ever seen me eat. I don't go to the bathroom ever either.
No. Yeah. And Giselle like plops this binder onto your lap. And she goes, this is the solution to what you're trying to figure out here.
I mean, it's part of the solution, maybe.
And she like flips open the binder and like points to a few different things. She's like, no, it's the full solution.
No, I mean, I've been working towards the actual doing of the thing that you looked up. You just looked it up, the end part.
I believe the
Just
words
no
are,
composure.
"You're welcome," and I
Hey.
hope you enjoy this.
Thank you. I will definitely be using this information. I appreciate it. I do. I'm just tired from watching.
Yeah. Well, you can stop being so creepy up here. It works, but I'm just glad that no one sees you somehow.
I have no idea how you spot me every time.
You're not exactly hiding.
I'm not exactly not hiding.
Giselle's like the one person in the entire city who looks up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like people don't look up.
Uh,
It's a known fact about humans.
Well, do what you want with this. Just know I'm there for you.
Thanks.
And
I,
she walks away.
Okay.
Sandwich pops back out.
Yeah.
Flipping through the notes.
Yeah, just like the other hand. Cool.
And
Can you pull the double? That's the question.
I mean, as usual, Gemini doing all the hard work. Aquila's having feelings and just like diving into that, and
Oh,
Corvus
God.
is being an edgelord, and then Gemini's like,
yeah,
"You guys aren't gonna, okay."
I think Tegan is the one who's more interested in figuring out the weakness. So I
Mm.
think he works with Giselle over this. And yeah, we're gonna roll for this and see what we can find. So close.
Dar.
Aww.
Very close indeed. Allow me to
I
offer up
could
a.
I could push the darkness a little bit further and just finish that up. But that's up to you to
Let's hear what Andrew has to
Andrew
say.
was going to offer you something.
I think Andrew was about to offer me that, I think.
I have an offer. Well, okay, so there's that. You can
Yeah.
just take another downtime action and chance it. You
Yeah.
need to roll a 6, otherwise the darkness comes at you.
Yep.
Or I have an offer for Aquila.
Oh no.
Because we have this little friend right here.
What a
The
friend.
hunger of Charybdis. If you want to know Tyler's weakness, you could ask Charybdis. And I'll fill in that last tick in exchange for 2 more ticks on this clock.
Oh,
Oh
God.
no.
I will make a special exceptional bargain for you.
I think after I give the train ticket to Corvus, like I step outside, and I don't know how I get in touch with Charybdis. I don't know.
Oh, no. I got you.
Oh, okay,
you.
good.
You step outside, and the sky is not the sky. It's the view through that well, like from the previous mission. It's just like this mind-boggling, like bright skyscape with the massive black hole in it,
Oh,
like
nice.
churning, and this like orange light that's like orbiting it, and all the like nebulas and stuff. Like it's just everywhere around you, and you're still like standing outside whatever building you were in, but just instead of the night sky, it's just that.
Yeah.
And it's Charybdis talks to you. In its weird, like wordless way, like you just hear the like maelstrom royal of it in the impossible distance. What do you do?
Oh my gosh.
And of course, like you feel this like deep pit of hunger inside your heart.
How do I give him back to you?
Yeah, and like inside the like black hole, it just like pulses with this like dark like purple energy, just like briefly. Like Charybdis is happy. It's happy that you're bending to its will. So you're accepting my deal here,
Oh yeah,
my friend? Yeah. Okay, great. What is your soul if not a bargaining chip?
What price have I not already paid?
And so there's no like exchange of words or anything, but just like the sky goes back to normal, and in your just in your hand, there is the like dead hollow gem pendant that was your own, right? Because you have Aquarius's, so it's Aquila's pendant with its like the stone in it that's gone dark. But it's like this really like edgy reinterpretation of whatever the symbol that was holding the gem was, where it's now really like sharp, and you can just plunge this into someone, or fire it as an arrowhead, and it will you'll just eat them. You'll eat whoever this hits. This is just like a one shot for any Star Knight you shoot it at.
Beautiful.
And that is the one thing that Tyler Scorpio is weak to, is its maker, Charybdis, the Dark Star.
Okay.
Oh, then. Okay.
Let's do XP.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
ending theme.
Yeah, the like perky end credit music starts, and Corvus teaches us a lesson about how we shouldn't litter or something.
It's a really edgy lesson.
It's like one of those G.I. Joe things where you just like there like is like regular mundane life shit happening, and then you just like appear suddenly and tell some kids not to do something.
I just swoop down from the ceiling somewhere. I'm like, don't litter. Like,
no, it's like they're like hanging out on top of a building, and they like throw out a wrapper, and it lands on you is because you're like perched observing the city, and then you come up and you're like, hey kids, don't do that.
If you're really cool, you shouldn't have any trash to begin with.
Yeah. People who throw their trash like that are trash, and then you like stuff them in a garbage bin. So Corvus, let's do your XP.
Yeah.
Did you address a challenge with mystery or ostentatious action?
Fucking always. Literally always.
She certainly tried.
I mean, yeah, you fucking tried. Didn't go so good.
Yeah, but I addressed it. So
yeah, I mean, you penned that letter and addressed it to the darkness.
That's the thing.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, role, or background?
Yes. I think there's a lot about me, like my pride and my former toughness now being doubted by like shitty hench people and my friends.
Yeah, Aquila just being like, yo, just get out of town, kid.
Yeah, like, what? Okay.
Because, of course, Aquila has to murder herself.
Yeah.
Because she's a nerd. Yeah.
Yes.
Struggled with issues from your obligation.
Nope.
Play towards your promises or darkness.
My promise of not really trusting Gemini because they want to fuse.
Keep wanting to fuse with you.
Me is kind of a thing, but... Other than that, and that I would always be there for Aquila, considering I like rejected the whole train ticket thing.
Yeah, I think that's legit. That's good. Okay, Gemini.
Yeah.
Did you address a challenge with understanding or coordination?
I believe I did a couple of times.
I believe he did as well.
All right. Did you express your beliefs, drives, role, or background?
I feel definitely drives and beliefs.
Yeah, because like you were trying to reach out to Corvus and convince her of something. It wasn't just like, hey, let's hang out. You were like, no, come on.
It's like, trust me because I want to trust you.
Just please. It could be so good if you would just stop being so edgy for just 1 minute. Did you struggle with issues from your obligation?
not in an RP sense. Nope.
Did you play towards your promises or darkness?
I absolutely did.
Yeah, you definitely played towards your darkness in that moment of just being like, well, fine, take care of myself. Ourself, the one that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, and last and strangely due to time travel, not least or not last,
Yes,
first and last.
I actually already did this.
Yeah.
Address the challenge of prophecy and revelation. Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Beliefs, drives, role, or background.
For sure. Yeah, twice or more, multiple times, I feel.
Issues from your obligation.
No. My
play
promise,
towards your promise or
my
darkness.
My promise to the darkness.
Yeah, you're just playing it to the hilt. As
My promise, my darkness, my promise to the darkness sounds like an emo song lyrics from the early 2000s. Like,
absolutely.
Aquila is 100% emo.
1,000,000%. Okay, so then for the crew, did you successfully carry out a mission from the crew's list?
We
Totes.
definitely
Did one. Did you confront the oppression as established and comfort those who suffer?
no.
You definitely didn't comfort any NPCs either. Y'all were shit to NPCs today.
Hey, I was nice to Raven.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't stop anyone from being terrible to them either.
Yeah,
though.
no. We were not at our best here.
Actually, no, that's true.
From being the snot out of them.
Well, if you all feel you merit an XP for that, then by all means, I will mark it down. But
I do not feel we do.
It's up to you guys. Okay, did you explore the nature of the darkness and redeem those who have fallen?
We have explored the nature of the darkness.
We definitely talk a lot about the nature of the darkness. I don't know about redeeming anyone, but certainly we're making strides into the darkness.
Y'all are very pessimistic.
I feel like we would make a really good Madoka crew.
Yeah, this is the thing. I see that you're trying to play this playbook, but actually you're playing the other one in secret.
That's how we roll, right?
I mean, that's kind of how the game is built.
We're secretly bravos.
So.
But
yeah. So like when we played Blades, we're secretly bravos, but we're actually.
And then when we became bravos, we tried to be a cult.
Yeah.
It's very cat-like in that you always want to be outside if you're inside, and vice versa. Did you express the essential nature, origin, or destiny of the crew?
Oh yeah.
I feel like we dug pretty deep into that. Like I loved Gear's thing of bringing back Aquarius.
Yeah,
that was like
it was
fucking choice. That was brilliant. That was really good. And then all the conflict and stuff that has been going on. So cool. You're 2 away from a crew advance.
Woohoo!
I got an advance.
Do you know how you're gonna spend it?
Yeah,
I got an advance for you.
I spent it on the ability Reckless from the Outsider playbook, which is I get +1 die on desperate rolls, but I take -1 die to resisting the effects of those rolls should they fail.
Yeah, of course. Great. Did anyone else get an advance?
I did.
Do you know what you're gonna take?
I took Clock Stopper. If there's a question of who asks first, it is you.
Excellent.
Hey, that reflexes.
Stopping time.
only the time traveler gets it. So, well, actually, that's not true. The unlikely hero could get it as well. But.
And also, if anyone took it from the time traveler playbook,
you can't take transcendent abilities as veteran advances.
Oh yeah, okay, no, not the transcendent ones. Yeah, okay. I didn't know it was a transcendent one.
Only the unlikely hero has that power because their power is unexpected, not their own. Anyways, thank you all for playing, and thank you to the audience for watching.
Thank you all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, follow, subscribe.
Thank you, Andrew. Let's do shout outs for everybody, and then we'll close it out for tonight. Sean, you want to go first?
Hi, I'm Sean, aka Hyena Spots with a Z. You can find me on Twitter at Hyena Spots with a Z. You can also find my self-indulgent fan fiction on hyenaden.com.
Oh,
Hyena
I have
Den.
navigated to this webpage now.
Hyenaden.com also has great fan fiction from our Blades game on it. If you haven't read that, there's also stuff from the Blades game that you go, oh my god, it's so choice.
Well, thank you.
Gear. Hit us
Yeah.
up.
So I'm Jacob, otherwise known as Gear Cavalier. You can find me on Twitter at Gear Cavalier, and I just post normal, human, mundane stuff. That's my outro.
Normal human mundane stuff makes it sound like that's not what you do. You're like, I'm an alien. I post normal mundane human
post
things.
normal human larva stuff. Get off my back.
I have many organs and am thus very human.
Also, side note, I'd like to mention that last week Gear was wearing an elf hug shirt, and this week
I didn't get any.
Hyena's wearing an elf hug shirt. So that's pretty fantastic.
Gear is
What are you
purple,
implying?
because Gear holds hope in his heart, and I am an edgelord with a black
Yeah,
suit.
black. I'm implying that those are nice shirts. But Andrew, give us a shout out.
I don't own this shirt, and I feel guilty now. I feel like I'm a bad friend. My name's Andrew. I'm a bad friend. You can find me
I know where you can get one.
You can find me at Commute and Crow on Twitter, or on twitch.tv/actualfactual, where I am designing this game. You can playtest this game. I just posted a rules update tonight before we played, and with some new character sheets and stuff. The In Darkest Night crew playbook is now available for your horror and consumption. And a bunch of other cool updates in the game. You can give me money on Patreon or by way of Twitch, because I'm an affiliate streamer there, and that will help me put food in my body so I don't die before I finish this game. You should at least feed me long enough to finish Gold.
One more episode, maybe.
And you can see us playing the In Darkest Night playbook this week, Thursday and Friday, being run by the edgiest of edgelords, Distracted Elf, who will be engineering the nightmares that we will face.
I love how I've got this reputation now, and I've just leaned into it like a million times over of just being the edgelord. And I'm okay with it. I accept it. It's fine. I am a little edgy. It's true.
You just relate to all the Disney villains too hard.
I love them. But yeah,
normal people don't do that, Elf. That's all I'm saying.
Normal people don't like villains, really? So yeah, I'm gonna be GMing some girl because Adam is away voyaging in glorious Japan. So us Roll20 crew people, the next couple of weeks are gonna be doing our own thing without Adam. We don't need Adam. Whatever.
I'm over it. Yeah, screw that guy.
Whatever. So I'm gonna be GMing this week, Thursday and Friday. We're gonna be playing Girl by Moonlight, In Darkest Night playbook. I believe is the name.
Yes.
And it's gonna be hardcore and edgy. So you should come and watch that on Thursday and Friday. Otherwise, you can follow me here. And I play games. I'm also in a game tomorrow that I'm really looking forward to playing the character for over on Brad Woto's channel, twitch.tv/BradWoto, where we're finally starting our games up again, and I'm playing some little elf assassin. It's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to doing that. So, cool. Yeah. And that's it. That's our show. We'll see you next week with more of this. Well, actually, next week, maybe not.
Oh, okay.
Next week, maybe not, because me and Catalyst are going to be at Warcry until 2 p.m. that Monday, so we don't know if we'll be back.
Fucking LARPers.
So we might, maybe not next week, but the week after, for sure.
You'll see Andrew and I on Twitter making fun of nerds.
Yep.
So,
being self-hating nerds.
So we'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Toodaloo.